Hey everybody, it's Coach Brian. I wanted to continue on our discussion on the goalie distributing the ball, and I wanted to talk about two other things we need to be aware of. Back in the first part of the video, we actually discussed how in this specific situation, our wings had gotten wide and then had gone long. So wide and long. And because of that, it opened up a nice big passing window here. And we talked about how the goalie could possibly distribute that right through this big window, and then possibly our right wing could come up and grab that ball and go down and score a goal for us. All that would be wonderful. But sometimes, just like in professional NFL football, you have a wide receiver that is wide open and the quarterback just doesn't see it. So it's very possible that our goalkeeper does not see the right wing as being open here. The goalkeeper might actually think that player number 2 on the blue team, their left wing, is in great position and just doesn't have the vision to see that open pass. And so what we need to be careful of is that when the wings have been gone wide and now they're running down the field, we want to be careful that they don't run too far down the field. Because when you do that, now what happens is you have the blue team is got inside position here. And what we mean by inside position is that the goalie cannot get the ball to number 2. If they throw it, and they throw it over the half line, well, then it's going to be an illegal throw because it needs to bounce before half field. So number 3, the right wing on the blue team, knows this. And as the goalie tries to throw the ball, it's going to bounce somewhere in here. And if the right wing for the blue team can trap the ball when it bounces, they've intercepted that pass very, very easily. So what we want to try to make sure that we do is we want to bring the wings back. If the goalie hasn't distributed the ball to a streaking wing behind the defender, the wing needs to recognize that, and it needs to peel off and turn back around and come back and get inside position themselves. So that would look something along the lines of this. Now we have really great inside position. We are inside of the defense all across the board. If the goalie wants to distribute the ball to any one of us with a little throw to number 2, over number 1's head to number 2, and have that ball bounce somewhere right in here so that number 2 could trap it, our left wing, or a roll to number 1 so that we could trap it, or a roll to number 3 so that we could trap it. Any one of these players has got inside position on the defender marking them. And that means that they should be able to use their body to shield the defender and the bottom of their foot to trap the ball and maintain possession and help their goalkeeper out. Give their goalkeeper time to get back in the goal, give the fixo time to get back in the middle of the field to play some defense, and possibly even set up a continuation of the play, maybe make a break for us. We'll illustrate that as we go along here. So let's just say that in this case, we were going to have the goalie distribute the ball to the fixo. A lot of the times, the other mistake we see, besides the wings, let's turn that off. Besides the wings staying behind their defenders and taking themselves out as an option and not coming back. Hopefully the wings will come back. But even when that happens, when the goalie distributes the ball, we need to make sure that we go back to the ball if we have inside position when the goalie is distributing the ball to us. So let's rewind for a minute. Let's say that we were in this position and the defender had inside position, but that's okay because if the goalie distributes the ball through the window, we actually have a better position to run down and grab that ball and score a goal. That's terrific. But again, our goalie didn't see that. So we doubled back and we got inside position on our defender now. And because we have the inside position, when the goalie plays the ball to us, we need to make sure we come back to the ball. We can't wait for the ball to come to us because if that happens, it's very possible that the defender just jumps in front of us and intercepts the ball. And we definitely should not, and we see this a lot of the times in our games, if the goalie was to distribute the ball somewhat through this window, a lot of the times the right wing will just start going down the field trying to get it down here. But as they run down the field, the defender steps over and intercepts the pass this way. And that also would be very, very bad. So we want to be sure that, again, when you have inside position and that the goalie is distributing the ball to you, come back to the ball, use your body to shield your defender, trap the ball with the bottom of your foot, and hopefully one of your teammates will make themselves somewhat open so that you can then give them a pass and start a fast break. Or possibly if number 1 runs down the field here and 4 follows him, you could pass it across to number 2, our left wing, and because he had now inside position still, he could maintain that inside position and continue the fast break down the field. So let's rewind again, and let's see what happens if we were to pass it to our pivot, and the pivot was to do all the right things and come back and get that ball. That's terrific. What you'll also notice as we rewind back on this is our wings, to maintain inside position as the ball was passed to the pivot, they actually moved to the inside of their defenders so that they maintained inside position and made both of themselves an option for a pass from the pivot to start the break going either way. That's a terrific job by our pivot. And then let's look at what happens when the pivot does the wrong thing and decides to run down the court to try to wait for the ball. That's when number 4 steps up, their fixo, steals the ball, and they now have a 1-2-on-1 break, and the goalie is out of position, which makes things even worse. That would be terrible. So another example, let's say that the goalie was distributed over here to our right wing. We want our right wing to come up and get the ball and maintain inside position. Use your body as a shield. Trap the ball with the bottom of your foot. And if we go back and look, our left wing and our pivot noticed that the ball was going over to our right wing, so they moved to maintain their inside position. And now again, if one streaks down the field, we have a pass across to 2, or we may have actually even passed the ball down to 1 as they streak down the field, and we get a nice fast break and possibly a goal for our team as well.